Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel for... Wait, oh! No pick line, no cords, no knobs, no anything. But more on that later. Right now I'm working on making some pomanders. If you've never seen these before, they're super cool. They dry out, they can last for years and years and years. They never last here because it is a swamp. But if you're in a drier climate, they can dry out. You can keep them for a really long time. And not just for Christmas, you can put them in your closets or inside of drawers. And it's, it's a nice smelling thing if you like oranges and cloves. I got the organic Great Value cloves because surprisingly they were the cheapest. They had some, I don't know if they have it everywhere. There's like a Mexican section that has herbs in little bags. And, herbs and spices and stuff like that. Those are almost always the cheapest, but they weren't this time. And I tried using one of these silicone finger protector things. I'm guessing these are for hot glue. And I'm guessing they are made for people who don't have big man hands, because I couldn't get it over my thumb. So all I'm doing, really, pushing a clove into an orange. That's it. You can do it any way you want. You can create patterns, you can do stripes, whatever you want. And because these are navel oranges, they're pretty thick skin, so I went through with a skewer just to kind of mark out my pattern. And you want to just barely pierce the skin, because if you go all the way into the meat of the orange, you're going to get a lot of juice coming out, which is what happened to me in the beginning here. Like you can see, it's getting kind of juicy. So yeah, these are like a very traditional Christmas decoration kind of deal, dating back. I got orange oil all over my eyes, dating back to like the Victorian times. I've done these. The first time I did these, I had to be like under 10 years old, and I saw them on Martha Stewart, I think, because I was the 10-year-old who watched Martha Stewart, and I made one and like used a whole jar of cloves. And then she rolled them in cinnamon, and I rolled them in cinnamon, and then like it was right before Christmas, and then my mom was like, "Where's all the cloves?" And I was like, "Oh, I stuck them in this orange," and I put it on the table, and she's like, "I need those cloves," and I was like, "Well, you can't have them because they're in my orange," and I remember that from when I was a kid. So if you are a kid, which you shouldn't be because this video is not meant for children, ask your mom before you take all the cloves you got for the ham. What do people even use cloves for? When I was an angsty teenager, I used to smoke clove cigarettes. I thought about that while I was making these, and it literally made me nauseous. Like, I was like, oh god, can you imagine? So yeah, I'm just going through, just putting these on here. I have 3 oranges and 3 Meyer lemons. These are navel oranges. The lemons are Meyer lemons. The lemons were just... I live in a place where we have a lot of citrus trees because, it's New Orleans. We don't really get super cold. It's basically tropical. So there's a lot of people who grow oranges and lemons and satsumas and maybe grapefruit. I don't know. Grapefruit's disgusting. If you like grapefruit, I don't know what happened to you, who hurt you in your life, but I'm sorry. So the oranges I got from Walmart, and the lemons, one of my mom's coworkers was just like, "Hey, I have like 1,000 lemons. Do you want some?" And she was like, "Sure." So I took 3 for me. And you can do this with any kind of citrus fruit, limes, lemons, grapefruits, if you're that kind of person. So yeah, my pick line is out, and on Christmas Day is my last day of oral antibiotics. Today is, what is today? Today's Thursday, the day before this video goes up, which never happens. I'm never this late in getting videos up, but I went to the doctor on Monday. I was having an allergic reaction to the adhesive that one of the nurses put on my pick line, and my arm just, my arm is just like welted up. It's red, it's itchy, it's dry. So when I went to the doctor, I was like, oh my God, I just hope they take this out. It's so hard to deal with. I'm not getting any sleep because I was having to infuse at 4 a.m., noon, and 8 p.m., and they were taking like 3 hours. So my 8 p.m. one wasn't done until 11. And then I would have to disconnect, or I would go to sleep with it on, and then, make sure I wake up sometime after 11, but not, 3 in the morning. Like, I couldn't just leave it connected when it was empty. So, yeah, I was staying up late, getting up way too early. I don't feel comfortable sleeping with the pump on, so, I wasn't getting any sleep. So when I talked to the doctor, she said, we've gotten your level as high as we can with the medicine we're giving you. We can't give you any more, or you're literally going to, like, throw up your kidneys. So she said the toe looked good, my levels all look good, and she was just going to prescribe some oral antibiotics just to finish off the 6 weeks. So they sent me to the back and they took my PICC line out, and I've had a lot of trouble with infusing the medicine. It takes a really long time. Like, the bags say like 2 hours, but they were taking me 3 hours on average. Most of the time it was like 4, sometimes it was like 6. I mean, when you got to do something every 8 hours, and it takes 6 hours, that's like 2 hours where I have free before I have to connect again. So when they took the PICC line out, there was a big blood clot on the end of it. And I was like, wow, is that what is that? Because I literally didn't know what it was. And the nurse was like, oh yeah, it's a blood clot. She said it's really big. And I was like, oh great. But apparently that happens all the time. So I got that out, and I'm still feeling the effects of the antibiotics because I was on them for so long, and I'm just exhausted. I am so tired. I went off with my mom. After we went to the doctor, we tried to go to like Target, and I was going to go to Michael's, and I made it like halfway through Target. And I said, I was like, no, we have to go home. Like, as much as I want to like shop and like look at things, and I couldn't do it. Like, I like fell asleep on the ride home. My mom had to drive my car home. Yeah, it was just, it's been a rough couple of weeks since I was hospitalized on, what was it, like 13th? So it's almost 6 weeks. It'll be 6 weeks on Christmas, or the day before Christmas, or something. I guess whenever my antibiotics run out. Which brings me to my second thing, is that this is my last video of the year. I don't want to keep pushing out Christmas content when, are you going to have any time next week to do a project based on what I've done? Like, I could do it. I need a break. Like, honestly, that's what it is. I need a break from everything. I just need a vacation where I do nothing, which I've never done before. I am not the type of person who enjoys the idea of just lounging and resting, but I need it because these antibiotics have really done a number on me, and I just need, even if it's just a couple days before I start, thinking of ideas and pre-filming videos, I just need some time to not worry about any of this stuff. And I know, like, my health should come first, but I'm trying to do something here. I'm trying to remonetize my channel. I'm trying to, make something for myself, and it's hard for me to, like, not put everything into that, but I need to because, y'all, it has been rough. So I'm going to take the week of Christmas and the week of New Year's off, and I'm going to come back on January 6th with some new stuff. Don't know what yet. Haven't even thought about it. I have thought about it, but not like, oh, I'm going to do this project and this project. Like, I usually have a list of things I want to do, and I don't even know. Like, have no idea what that first project's going to be. So after I have a couple days to just lay around the house, watch a bunch of Christmas movies, try to get into the Christmas spirit, I'm going to sit down and brainstorm and see what I have around my house, see what I'm going to get. I don't know what's next, because when I started this channel, it was supposed to be just Christmas videos all the time, which I feel like I could do, but then I was like, oh, nobody's going to want to be watching this in like April, except for me. So, I mean, I could definitely do Christmas all the time. I feel like it, at least, but that's not a sustainable business model there. So I'm just gonna brainstorm, try to catch some deals after Christmas for next year, or some things I can buy this year and make over. I want to start doing more thrift store makeovers, but it's hard to find anything because the thrift stores here are terrible. I guess that's what happens when the whole city gets covered in water 15 years ago, and now there's nothing left anymore. There's no junk anywhere because it all got washed away with the hurricane. So yeah, if you want to make these pomanders, you can put them in a tray like I'm going to do at the end. I'm just going to make like a little arrangement that is going to go in my kitchen. They're really nice in the kitchen because they just have that, you know, kind of sweet, citrusy, spicy Christmas smell. You could just put them on the island or on the counter or something like that. You can also wrap them in like those little cellophane treat bags. Tie them up and give them as gifts. Like you could tie a ribbon on them and go hang it on like your neighbor's door. But, you know, tell them what it is maybe, because I don't know, if I find a random orange with cloves stuck in it on my door, I'd be like, well, what is this? But yeah, you can give them away, you can keep them, you can dry them, lots you can do. I didn't have it in me to finish the other orange and the lemon, so, you know, that's just where we're at. I'm tired, I'm still tired. So I got this platter from Dollar Tree, of course. Little pine cone from Dollar Tree. And I have all my clove pieces and extra cloves off to the side. I'm going to add some cinnamon sticks just to kind of bring in some more of that spicy flavor. These don't smell so much like cinnamon. Like they do, but they're not like... They're probably not actually real cinnamon, because you know, like a lot of cinnamon that's sold as cinnamon isn't cinnamon at all, and I'm assuming that's what this is. So I just kind of stuck those on there just to add a little bit more fragrance. You could add some allspice berries, star anise, anything like that. And I'm going to take all of these little broken pieces, scoop them up in my hand, and just kind of throw them down there, because I'm not letting that go to waste. Because while the clothes were cheap, they were not that cheap. So yeah, in the end you have a little fragrant thing. They're kind of cute. I mean, you could do any kind of design you want. Your kids could help you with them. Even though this is not a video for kids, you could add a little bit of pine from the yard or from a tree. Go to Home Depot. They have big bins of cutoffs there. So, yeah. That's the end of this video, and I want to thank you guys so much for continuing to watch and commenting and liking and sharing. This means so much to me. Like, I've worked so hard. And I'm going to continue to work hard to get my channel remonetized so I can have some sort of income to help me with things. So thank you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I will see you on the 6th with some great new projects. Bye, guys.